Hello everyone, today I would like to talk to you about a very important issue from history, and of course we will fight against the atmosphere of our world around us. I would like to go into the wars between the first Bulgarian medieval state and Byzantine Empire. There are some books, classical books about it. I would like to mention the Bulgarian Empire by Stephen Runciman. I'm really chasing after hard copy because this is classics. I would like to have in a hard copy in my hand, but I haven't found it yet, but I will never give up. There are of course electronic versions, so at least text is available. But there is also a set of books about these very interesting topics in different languages. One of the books is the work written by a young Polish historian Łukasz Migniewicz about the Battle of Cladion. Battle of Cladion actually that took place in 1014 AD is the almost not yet ultimate but the very severe defeat of Bulgarian forces by the Byzantine, so actually Eastern Roman, as I always mention in my movies, Emperor Basil II from the Macedonian dynasty, which was actually of Armenian origin if we track it till the roots of this family, and that defeated Bulgarians. Actually, later blinded soldiers, and each 100 of them was left only with one eye to just lead his unfortunately completely blind colleagues, prisoners of war, to the Bulgarian Tsar. Okay, uh, atrocities of war, let's not mention about it. But what I really like in some books about this topic, that they do not concentrate only about the Battle of Cladion and surroundings, or the only wars between Bulgarian state and Byzantine Empire, but they also concentrate about diplomatic relations between these two countries that were fighting with each other, but they were also looking for alliances, not only in Europe, not only in the neighboring Caucasian countries like for the Byzantine Empire, but also the envoys from Bulgaria and Byzantine Empire were reaching Abbasid Caliphate and other Middle Eastern countries, and this network of diplomatic ties is very interesting to explore. And the thing is actually sad because Bulgarians in the 860s, so in the mid of 9th century, actually accepted Orthodox version of Christianity, their elite. So 200 years ago, society was Orthodox Christian in the vast majority, but so they shared similar culture, but unfortunately they also had a very big hate to each other, and these wars actually finished really badly for Bulgarians. Just involved so many Byzantine military potential that could have been used to reconquer the lands in the Middle East and in the Caucasus on the coast of the Muslim states and the Caucasian states, as it was happening before this conflict slowly. But it was stopped because the really stubborn enemy was present in the north, so Byzantine Empire splashed it. Unfortunately, because I would really love that this Byzantine culture in the, let's say, Slavic Turkic form, because it was actually the real origin of Bulgarian nation. I would really love this culture to develop more on its own. Later it happened, but also later Ot- Ottoman conquerors came, very sophisticated history of Balkans. That's why I'm fascinated by it. That's why I recommend to my listeners to explore such, I would say, neglected historical topics like Bulgarian Byzantine wars, because one sees maybe geographically the conflict was quite regional, but in terms of cultural and diplomatic implications, it was far more extended and far more interesting than we can see. Of course, the military operations that took place during this conflict are really, really interesting. Some sources cover these events in a quite detailed manner, so we can study them. Some are not so well described, but despite this fact, it's very interesting and really worth studying period of history. All the best. Bye.